All right, we live. Cut your mic on. It's on. Uh, there you go. Say something.
Yo, what it is?
There you go. There you go. We in there.
I can see that.
We in there. Let me see some.
Mm, Do this real quick.
Let me see some.
Uh oh, what I doing? Okay.
Okay. It got us live right now.
I
What's up,
bet.
y'all? What's up? What's up? I had to switch over to the other one to see if we was live. What's good with y'all?
What it
Javante.
is, people?
You already know, Big Boss K Po. We got Brody on here, man. We doing something a little different, man. Brody from the Mono Greatness Podcast. You know what I mean? And we here to talk boxing. We want to talk about Devin Haney and Tank, man. You know, we got a lot of people in the comment section. They talk Devin Haney. What's up, Ty? Uh, they talking about Devin Haney will wash Tank. You know, based off the recent performance. You know, a lot of the Haney man fans been in my comment section. You know what I mean? Been, advocate for Devin Haney. And like I said before, Boss ain't never said nothing negative about Devin Haney. Devin Haney is a good fighter. But like I said before, he's a master class boxer. He does one thing well, and that's box. That's it.
hmm
You know what I mean? And the difference between him and Tank is Tank can beat you multiple ways. You know what I'm saying? Tank can brawl with you. He can box. He can mix it up, be slick. You know what I mean? He can be technical. He can do it all. You know what I mean? And that's the difference between, that's the difference between the two fighters. You see what I'm saying? So, B, and those don't know, Brody an actual coach. So, Brody, what's your take? What's your take on this particular fight? What you got? What you got?
Ooh, Tank versus Haney. Very interesting fight, stylistically. But overall, I look at the gist of the situation and the ramifications that come behind it. Do I see Haney making this a competitive fight? Doggone right I do. Very competitive fight. It's not gonna be something Tank used to just going in there playing around with people, you know what I'm saying? Then when he cut it on and put him down on the canvas, I don't see that happening like that. He's gonna have to come out from bail one, ding ding ding, and he gonna have to work. Because we all know, it took me a minute. It took me a minute for Haney to grow on me because at first I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't a believer. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I wasn't a believer in Haney at all. But he's grown on me in a multitude of ways. He's grown on me. So I will say it's going to be a competitive fight, but at the same time, I look at the situation he just came out of with Rigorou. Rigorou, he's not a tank. Rigorou has issues, you know what I'm saying, closing the distance, cutting off the ring, and landing what he likes to do. And we all know he's a power puncher. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And if you can't close the distance and cut the ring off and hit who you want to hit people how you want to hit them when you're in there, it makes it easy for somebody like Haney. You can't use your feet to catch Haney. You're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be looking how Rigorou was looking at the end of the fight. Dude was all kind of marked up, beat up, swollen at the nose. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not to take anything away from Rigorou or Haney, but I just don't think Haney ready to get in there with a tank right now. I would say, honestly, I would say he need to get in a little bit more, get in there with a little bit more serious fighter like a Suriel Matias, or if he can get Navarrete to move up, he need to get in there with somebody that like to come forward, bang, bang, bang. You're gonna have to stand in there and show he can, you know what I'm saying, not just box, show he ain't got no pillow hands, which Rigorou said he got some power, but it ain't enough power to threaten nobody and make anybody scared. So I still right now I would say Tank winning this fight. Now a lot of people saying Haney and Washington, but I don't think it'd be a wash. I ain't gonna lie to you at all. So How you feel about that, Capo? Do you think he should get in there with somebody a little bit more lethal and elite before he decide to say, "Hey, I won't Tank"?
Man, look, I'm keep it 100. Matter of fact, 1,000. Devin Haney need to fight Teofimo, Ryan Garcia. He need to fight. Let me tell you something. I'm just finna get to me tell situation. David Haney been fighting guys that he has an advantage on, right? Regis Prograis just fought at home in New Orleans. Regis Prograis had a bad performance. That guy that Regis Prograis fought was a boxer. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Trench Brick? What's good with your family? Uh, uh, but like I said, Regis Prograis was coming off a poor performance. You get what I mean? Poor performance. Man, wasn't really, struggled to win. Some people feel like he lost, and Devin chose him. Teofimo beat Josh Taylor, right? Beat the brakes off Josh Taylor, right? Made it look easy. Was having fun.
Maybe.
You see what I'm saying? Was having fun in there. Why didn't you go after him? No, nobody had no doubt in their mind. As a matter of fact, y'all in the comment section, I want y'all to answer. Did y'all think that Regis Prograis actually had an opportunity to beat Devin Haney and make it a competitive fight? I need y'all to answer that in the comment section. Because I'm gonna keep it a stack bundle. There was nothing Regis Prograis could do to beat Devin Haney unless he made it a different type of fight and he got Devin Haney off his game. That was it. Devin Haney came in there locked in, focused, and was sharp and lived up to what the expectations were, which is I'm just gonna outbox you. You get what I
Right.
mean? What's good? It's your partner. What's good with you, man? I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. What's up? But Devin Haney, bro, like he's not fighting guys where you like, okay, he got an advantage. I mean, no, he's not fighting guys where it's a 50-50 fight. He's fighting guys he has an advantage on. The reason why he fought Lomachenko is because Lomachenko is older, right? So he thought, oh, I'm gonna get in there, I'm gonna watch Lomachenko. And Lomachenko showed him that, nah, man, I still got something for you. You know what I mean?
Hey, hey, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get in this right here with Lomachenko.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people watch that fight. I watched that fight, and honestly, I think they gave it to Haney on account of Lomachenko took a while to wake up in that fight. But if you honestly watch that fight, Haney didn't win that. Unanimously. He didn't win that unanimously. Yeah, at all. He really should have took a draw or a L. Because once Lomachenko said, "All right, I'm stop playing with this boy," Lomachenko controlled the rest of the fight.
Thanks.
But I will say, Haney, the first half of the fight really looked like he was going to run away with it. But I don't know what it was that made Lomachenko take so long to cut it on.
Mm.
And because normally Lomachenko don't get in there and play with nobody, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you go back and look when he was fighting Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah.
and if you don't know Gary Russell Jr., that's not a guy you gonna play with at all. The dude is lightning fast. He know how to cut the ring off. He know how to use counter punching. He's a master class boxer. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? If you go back and look at that, you know what I'm saying? Normally Lomachenko don't play, but for some reason with Haney, he played around with Haney, and ultimately in the beginning, Haney was showing him like I'm not the dude to be played with, which was one of the first fights that made me start slowly respecting what Haney could do in the ring. But you got to keep going back, like Capo said. He's not fighting guys where it's a 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting people where he has the clear advantage. He's really dominating most of the people he getting that with. So like I say, that's why I mentioned like even the Ryan Garcia fight would prove him more worthy than just beating up on the Rigorou. You know what I'm saying? Regis Prograis. For if nobody know who Rigorou is, my bad. I keep saying Rigorou. I'm gonna say his name. He need to get in there with a Ryan Garcia again. Like I said, Subriel Matias, Navarrete, if he can get him to come up. Even Shakur, I believe he'll beat Shakur at this point because Shakur, oh my God, he is so boring. I wouldn't pay for a Shakur fight until he actually put somebody on the canvas and I
Man,
see the highlights and I'm like he finally did
bro, man, you hit it on the head. Trench Brick say, then he told his daddy that Loma knew what he was trying to do. The look on his face told me everything. That's facts. Man.
something. Hmm.
That's
It's
facts.
true.
I mean, and then he said, I mean, the game plan is smart, though. You can't doubt that cherry pick your way to a legendary status. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying Devin is trash. I just don't like him.
I think. Hey, I mean, hey. Listen. I tell people this for a reason right here. Floyd Mayweather was great in the ring and outside the ring. And a lot of people say, "Oh, he fought everybody that was over the hill." Well, hell, Mayweather was really over the hill when he really started fighting people because Mayweather was around a long time before they finally started giving him shots. But then once he got there, what can you do with somebody like that? He can cherry pick all he wants. It don't matter who you was gonna put in there with him. He was gonna beat him. And I ain't knocking Haney style because why? I didn't knock Floyd Mayweather. If he gonna do the same thing, then go ahead and do the same thing, but beat somebody first. Mayweather was beating people first, and then he started cherry picking his way through his legacy and made it what it is. Like he finna be easily inducted in the Hall of Fame. My bad if he already is, but like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Haney is doing what's right for right now, but then years down the road, when you get into the top of the hill and you finna get ready to fall over the hill, people gonna look back and be like, "Hey, Haney, you had a long, nice career, but it took you X amount of years to start really fighting people. Why you do that? You know what I'm saying? Why you wait so long to start fighting these people? Because I think he's good enough to get in the ring with some of these people I named. I
Yeah,
think he's good enough to get in there, but he just got to show us, get in there and show us, prove what you can do. And another thing too, I'm tired of Bill. I'm
yeah.
sick of Bill.
Bill tweaking. You know what I'm saying? Bill on that bath side. I don't know what he got going on.
He
Bill,
he he talked too much for me. Like Haney is not he's not a talkative. He's not an adverse tip type of person. He's not that. He's not he's a boogie man. He's definitely got people scared to get in there with him. But at the same time, stop hyping him up so much to where it's like, man, this boy Bill got my boy Haney looking like XYZ, and then he get in there and it's like, I ain't gonna lie. When he got in there with Rigor, I thought they were finna kill each other. I ain't expect nobody to move around. I thought they were finna get in the pocket and fight inside and just bang and somebody going to the hospital the way Bill was hyping it up.
yeah, I mean, they really sold that fight, man. But we all knew what it was. Bill Haney love his son. He gonna hype that boy up. But let's look at Devin Haney last couple opponents. He just beat Regis.
Hmm.
UD, Vasil Lomachenko, UD, Cambosos, UD, George Cambosos again, UD, Joseph Jojo Diaz, UD, Jorge Linares, UD. So you look at that, right? Out of all those fighters, right? Who is elite? I mean, who is elite? You can say Vasil Lomachenko, but he kind of over the hill. Teofimo already got him, right? Jorge Linares, he was old, and he had Devin Haney doing a stanky leg. That boy ain't know where he was at. That boy was drunk, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it a stack. George Cambosos, we knew he was gonna be George Cambosos. I don't care if he
Yeah,
fought George Cambosos in a parking lot of Arby's. I don't care what it is. He was gonna do the same thing to that boy. The
yeah, that's a
only
given.
the only fight that I was like, I give Devin is Vasil Lomachenko, right?
That's it.
That's the only fight. Now we gonna go look at Tank resume. B, you can give your viewpoint while I get this research up. But yeah, man, boy, and let's put some respect on Tank stuff though.
Yeah, most definitely. You can't knock Tank's resume. Like he. I mean, I what solidified Tank's resume with me was when he got to Leo Santa Cruz because I was a huge fan of Leo Santa Cruz. I don't care what nobody say. The dude was a solid boxer. And I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't even really into Tank at that time. That was my first time actually sitting down and watching Tank Davis box. And I'm like, Leo might be in trouble because I'm looking at Tank in this fight. Leo kept throwing that same lazy hook and with that same lazy uppercut and pulling that hand down. And Lord and behold, Tank read it once. He said, okay. He read it twice. He slipped. He dropped his hand. I said, uh-oh, he finna land it in there. And Lord and behold, here go Santa Cruz doing the same thing. As soon as he did it, Tank came up like this. Boy was asleep. You know what I'm saying? You can't not Tank resume at all. And then and from there on out, I was like, okay, this boy not nothing to be played with.
Rough
He not
ways.
nothing to be played with.
Hold on, rough ways. What you mean he fighting come for guys? Hector Luis Garcia is not just a come for fighter. He's an Olympian and he's a counter puncher. So what do you mean he fight come for guys? Expound on that. Ryan Garcia, I'll give you that, right? Ryan Garcia fought a stupid fight against Tank, right? So
Very dumb. Very dumb.
okay, Hector Luis Garcia is not just a come forward fighter. Rolando Romero, he didn't just come forward against Tank. He was very calculated and very technical. That's how he was. That's how he was able to win a lot of those rounds against Gervonta Tank Davis.
Against Romero,
Yeah,
against Rolly, I ain't gonna lie. Tank was in trouble. Tank was in trouble. I ain't gonna lie. Tank started trading water. He started trading water because Romero wasn't playing in that fight. And for a while, I didn't know if Tank was gonna be able to overcome what he was doing. But Tank took advantage again of somebody dropping that hand. You can't. He gonna find a way. But at the same time, in that Rolly Romero fight, Tank knew what was up. He was like he had to get this guy up out of here because Rolly was really boxing.
yeah,
I thought Rolly was gonna come out there looking silly, but he came out there and proved me wrong. He was out there doing his thing at first.
yeah. Okay,
So
rough ways. We not sitting. Did you hear me say Rolly was cold? I just sat here and said you sat here and told me that every opponent that Tank has fought is a come forward fighter. The only person on this list that's just a legitimate come forward fighter is Eastside Pitbull Cruz. Also, rough ways, you bring on we talk about Mario Barrios, right? At 140, right? 140 pounds. Gervonta Tank Davis went up to 140 pounds to challenge Mario Barrios, who was 26-0 at the time. Mario Barrios is 5'10, right? He even tall for the welterweight division. He's 5'10,
hmm
long reach, right? What happened to him, if you don't mind me asking? He got stopped. He got stopped by Gervonta Tank Davis, right? What did Mario Barnes just do? He just beat Ugas, right? Also, he fought Keith Thurman. Yeah, he lost to Keith Thurman, but Keith Thurman couldn't even get that man out of there. The only person who has stopped Mario Barnes is Gervonta Tank Davis.
hmm
So what are we talking about, right? And then rough ways, you bringing a rehydration clause. Look, at the end of the day, Gervonta still got to get in there and fight, and that's what it is. Okay, so now you trying to make an excuse and say, "Oh, what you said, my Barrios was weight drained or something," and that's what
there is no excuse.
there ain't no excuse. And then Ace, you talking about that Mario Barrios never a champion. He was the WBA champion. He had a version of a belt. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not Tank fault that WBA got 25 versions of their belt. He had a version of the WBA belt. You get what I mean? So what we Jay Will, we not talking about Terrence Crawford. Stop bringing him up.
Oh,
But you
please,
always
no,
bringing him up.
no,
We ain't talking
no,
about no Terrence Crawford, bro.
no.
Hey, Jay Will, my boy. He funny though. He be tripping, man. But Mario Barrios was undefeated. He was 26-0. Tank stopped him at 140 pounds. Right? Devin Haney just went to 140 and fought Regis Prograis, who y'all say is the #1 fighter at 140, which he's not. Okay.
No,
If I had to give somebody the #1 fighter at 140 right now, it's Teofimo because he beat Josh Taylor,
most definitely.
who had most of the belts at 140 pounds. Right? Made it look easy. So you can make the argument it's Teofimo who's #1 at 140 right now.
Most
Right?
definitely.
So we're not gonna play these games. Jay Will, stop playing, bro. We're not talking
Mm.
about Terrence Crawford right now. We're not dedicating no time to Terrence Crawford. This boy tripping, man.
I feel him on that Terrence Crawford though. There's a lot of arguments can be made about him, but we ain't talking about
We
Terrence
ain't
because we
talking
can go
about
too many
Terrence right
ways
now,
with
bro.
Terrence,
That boy tripping, man. But like I said before, rough ways, I understand, bro. Like, you like Devin Haney. I like Devin Haney, but we gotta keep it 1,000. We can't uplift one fighter and downplay another fighter and use that as a method to be like, oh, this is why Devin Haney beats Gervonta Tank Davis. We can't do that. You know what I mean? We gotta keep it 1,000. Hey Jay, you better watch out. Trench brick gonna be on Bud head. You don't want to open that door. Trench brick do not care. He gon' he gonna cook you. I'm telling you. But all I'm saying is rough ways to get back on topic. Gervonta Tank Davis fought Mario Barnes at 140, he's 5'10, he's longer, has longer reach, very skillful, very disciplined fighter, right? Regis Prograis and Devin Haney, they fought, you know what I mean? And you could look at Regis and say he's not even on the same skill level as Mario Barrios. I'm not saying that that you know Regis Prograis is a bad fighter. I'm just sitting here saying his style, right? You could tell, like he said, he started boxing in 16, 17. You look at him and you could tell he started boxing late.
Mhm.
That's what it is. You know what I mean? You could tell. And you had no doubt in your mind that Devin Haney was going to beat him. You didn't know if Tank was going to beat Mario Barrios. We didn't know that. I'm not,
Nah, not at all. I ain't gonna lie. When I watched it, I was a little bit nervous for
you know what I'm saying? And he was losing rounds to Mario Barrios.
him.
You know what I mean? When they finally went to him and told him he was losing, that's when that boy
Mm-hmm.
start sitting on the
Most
punches,
definitely.
going to the body, breaking him down. Lorenzo Williams said to you, B, he said, Brody, you telling the truth, brother. I said the exact same thing to Boss, and then some black Aaron gave me backlash because Tank was winning. You dead right. Tank was in trouble with Rolly.
Most definitely. A lot of people don't want to accept that because they think Tank is just a straight dominant performer. He is. I give him that. But when a fighter's in trouble, I don't care who you are. You in trouble. Just like when Floyd fought Sugar Shane. I mean, he was in trouble. Like Shane clipped him twice and had that boy looking like he was finna go. And I said it then when I was watching that fight.
Yeah.
Floyd in trouble if he catch two more of them shots like that.
Yeah.
And he caught one more. I was like, oh Lord, if you catch one more, it's over with.
Yeah.
But he shook back, he bounced back, and he won the fight. Like, let's be honest. Like, not every fighter is gonna be elite to the point to where it's like they can't be touched and they can't be put down. We gonna see Tank get days. We gonna see Haney get days. We gonna catch every fighter, no matter what point in their career they in. They gonna get days. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that Rolly fight for Tank, if he wouldn't have cleaned up his act and caught him when he was on the ropes when he did, I believe they would have went to the cars and it would have been a little bit more different from what people think it would have been.
Yeah. Leandre say, we reading it. You can see the comments, B.
Nah, I can't.
Okay. Well, Leandre say, when it comes to sports, memorable moments matter and it's connected to your legacy. Now let's ask ourselves, who has the most memorable moments in boxing between Tank and Haney? That's a great question. Shout out to Leandre.
I love that question.
So B, Coach B, go and answer that question, man. Who has the most memorable moments? Devin Haney or Tank? And,
I'm
and
gonna be.
name those memorable moments, right?
I,
Name them.
I'll be honest. Because like I said, like I mentioned in the beginning, I really Tank. I mean, not Tank. Excuse me, Haney really just started growing on me because I just really caught on to what it is he really likes to do, and his style is, what I'm saying, to be a boxer the entire fight. He likes to move around. He likes to, make his opponents think. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Tank, it's like how can you not remember? Like he has more memorable moments. Again, like we just talked about the Barrios, the Leo Santa Cruz, what was it? I can't say his name. Was it yours? What's his
The
name?
Yorkis Gamboa.
Gamboa. There we go. We got the Romero. You can talk about the Romero fight because I thought he was gonna be down. I thought he was gonna, if he would have went the whole 12, I thought he was gonna lose that one. We can talk about the forget the one right before he got all this tatted. He just had the MOE in the heart right here. And he had the fade still. He had the taper still. What was old boy name? My bad. I'm man. I'm just leave it at
Which fight was before? Was
that.
it after Gamboa?
It was before.
Before
It was
Gamboa?
before.
You got Ricardo Nunez, Hugo
No, go.
Jesus
Who you say?
Cuellar.
Cuellar. There we go.
Yeah,
Cuellar. That was a memorable moment for me because this was, like I said, I just started peeping game. I just started peeping game. So there's way more memorable moments for Tank than it is Haney. I'm not gonna say Haney doesn't have any, but Tank has more. Tank wins that question. Tank wins that conversation.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's good, Red? What's up with you, man? We got people coming in, Coach. We got people coming in. Um, for me, that memorable fight, that memorable moment was Tank uppercutting Leo Santa Cruz, right? Tank uppercutting Leo Santa Cruz. Tank stopping Pedraza. Tank stopping Mario Barrios, Tank stopping Rolly, Tank stopping Ryan Garcia, who has the most memorable moments about the Tank Davis. This was a memorable moment for Devin. We gotta give him his credit. How
Most
he
definitely.
dominated the fight, how he dictated the pace, how he knocked down Regis Prograis. Like we got to keep it a stack bundle. Nobody's sitting here saying Devin Haney is a bad fighter, but when you sit here and you look at resumes, right? To me, it's pretty even, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sitting here downplaying Devin's resume. I'm not downplaying Tanks, but you can put asterisks. You can look at both resumes and nitpick each resume and each fight. You get what I mean? I could sit here and look at Devin fighting Regis. Although I'm giving him credit for that fight, Regis Prograis is coming off a bad performance. He's not fighting a guy that's coming off a strong performance. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got Tank, who he fought guys that, like you said, we didn't ask for, right? We didn't ask him to fight Eastside People Cruz. We didn't ask for him to fight um Mario Barrios. We didn't ask that. We wanted him to fight Shakur or we wanted him to fight Devin Haney or Teofimo. Those are the fights we wanted, right? But granted, he couldn't get those fights. So he had to do what he had to do on his end, and he just fought whoever Mayweather told him to fight. Mayweather said, hey, bro, you going to fight this Mexican over here. All right, cool. Hey, you going to fight Rolly. Bet. All right, whatever. You know? But really, when he fought Rolly, that was the beginning of him being able to pick and choose who he wanted to fight. That's how he was able to fight Ryan and get those fights. I truthfully believe that he gonna be able to fight Devin and Shakur very soon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion. You know what I mean?
All three of them not gonna have a choice after a while. They're not gonna have a choice.
Roughway
when
say we are giving Tank credit for beating Rolly. Look when it comes to Rolly, bro. I'm not sitting here saying that. Look, Rolly is a bad fighter. All we saying is he shocked the world at how he fought in that fight.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought Tank was gonna stop him early. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I thought he was gonna get him out of there in the second and third round. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I thought he
So
was gonna get him done.
Rolly overperformed, if that makes sense. If I'm saying it right, he he lived above and beyond his expectations when it came to that fight. You know what I mean? Tank felt that power and was like, I don't want no smoke with that. So he switched his style up. You saw it. At the beginning of the fight, Tank was aggressive. Tank was trying to walk him down. He was trying to be first. And once he felt that power on Rolly, he changed his mind. You know what I mean? And he looked to counter. And Rolly showed in that fight that, hey, I'm better than what y'all are trying to make me be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think for Rolly, I think his persona that he shows on social media overshadows his skill of boxing because he is a goofy, bro. Rolly is a goofy. Let's be honest. He says some goofy stuff. He makes some goofy comments. He come off as goofy. Just his appearance alone, like when you look at him, you just be ready to snicker, bro. I ain't gonna
Rolly looked like them kids that in high school they got a different build than everybody else, and they take naps during the day, and they wear helmets and stuff like that. He talked like he's special, like he in special ed. That's
lie.
just
That's what I'm saying. His persona overshadows his skill, his boxing skill.
yeah.
What KJ Davis said, okay, but boss hog, be honest, do you think legacy wise Tank is where he should be? Mm.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
Truthfully, I mean I'll go first, then Coach you can go.
Okay.
Truthfully, no. You know what I mean? But even yeah, Jay Will crazy. Uh, even at the state he's at right now, he's still the face of boxing. You get what I mean? Although he's not giving us all the fights we want. You know what I mean? And which, truthfully, in the business of boxing, a lot of fights ain't gonna happen because of egos. You think Devin Haney think he the B side against Gervonta Tank Davis? No, he don't
Mm-hmm.
believe that. Devin Haney gonna come in a situation like, look, I became undisputed. I got a WBC belt. You get what I mean? I got a WBC belt. And you ain't got nothing. All you got is you selling out pay-per-views. So that fight is gonna be very hard to make because of egos. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, if Devin Haney say, look, all right, whatever, I'm the B side, then cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that Devin Haney gonna put his pride to the side. That's why we had the issue with Aerospace and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford was looking at his accolades and was like, I've done this in the sport. You just selling out pay-per-views, and yeah, you got 3 belts, but I became undisputed and I did this and I've been fighter of the year and I've gotten all this stuff, and you just been at one weight class. You see what I'm saying? And that's why there was a strain on that fight. And I feel like it's gonna be the same thing with this one, if that makes sense. But B, you can go ahead and go, man.
I'm gonna be honest and frank. No, he's not where his legacy should be right now because I look at it like this. You know, you could come up. You know, you can go up and weight and fight whoever you want to because I feel like Tank can go up easily a couple pounds, a few pounds, and fight whoever asks for him. But at the same time, what only thing that really bothers me about Tank, and I don't know why he do it, is the fact that he always want to throw a catch weight in there. He always want to toss a catch weight, you know what I'm saying, with people he fighting. Now we a lot of people gonna look back and be like, why he ain't fight him at just this regular straight weight? Why he did he do he have issues making weight? I mean, I feel like he wouldn't, but at the same time, he throwing catch weight in there to keep himself protected. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna take it a step. I'm gonna take it a step further. We could talk about the Eastside Pitbull fight. You know, he wasn't supposed to fight him. And even in that fight, it was a couple moments in there where I was like, man, I don't think he know how to get Isak off of him. It was a couple moments where I was like, I don't think Tank know how to get Pitbull off of him. But then again, a lot of people will rebuttal back and say, "Oh, Tank hurt his hand." I don't know if he really hurt his hand. I don't know if that was an excuse because Isak didn't have a terrible performance for his first time being on a big stage like that against somebody like a Javante Tank Davis. So to answer your question directly, no, it's not. His legacy is not where it's supposed to be at this point. Because again, I don't like the catch weight thing, and there's some things I've looked at Tank, and it's like, man, this dude could be a Hall of Famer within the next year or two. But at the same time, he does have some question marks that should be answered on why he's not fighting certain people when it comes down to it. Like it's some question marks in there. So nah, his legacy ain't where it should be. But hopefully he get it there before his time is up.
Yeah, man. Man, look, like I said before, man, and by the way, these questions are brilliant. I want to give y'all props.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, shout out to Nocturnal Boxing Thoughts, man. Like I said, man, B, Nocturnal, man. He been even when he had thousands of subscribers. He came to my little baby channel, man, and he was locked in on it, man. So I forever will be grateful to Nocturnal Thoughts, man. Shout out to my brother Nocturnal Thoughts. Salute, salute, salute. All right. Leon just said Rolly ain't no slouches. Rolly that much worse than Regis.
Mm.
I feel like I don't feel like Rolly is. Look, that Tank fight showed me a lot about Rolly. I'm not gonna lie to you. Before he fought Tank, I was like Rolly trash. I'm not gonna lie to you, because he had a lot of bad performances. He got power, but he didn't know how to utilize it. And that Tank fight, he kind of showed that he has tactic, and you know what I'm saying. He may not be as skillful, right? We're gonna keep it 1,000, but he has tactic. He knows how to execute a game plan, and he has a little bit of IQ to the point where he could counter your counter, right? He has
Mm.
an answer for, you know what I'm saying? So it was certain things Tank was doing, he had an answer for it. Now, granted, there come a portion of the fight where, I think he just his IQ went to a certain point. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
then he just was like, well, I'm gonna keep doing the same thing. And that's how Tank was able to get his timing down. Tank was able to, get him out of there. So that's my take on that. What you got, coach? What you got?
So, I mean, I'm gonna tailor your question a little bit. We know what type of fighter Rolly is. He's also somewhat of a power puncher. You don't think of Rolly as a tactician in the ring, but what he did against Tank was he stepped outside his element to make the fight somewhat relevant for the little time that he did when he was in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But is Rolly that much worse than Regis? I would say that Rolly could be a little bit better than Regis because the simple fact that He knows how to utilize his feet and cut the ring off and cut distance down and be able to get in there and throw some power punches. Regis hasn't mastered that yet, and I'm not understanding why, because you want to be that thumper, you want to be a power puncher. So everybody knows when you build in the box, especially a power puncher, the footwork has to be present. It has to be present when you're a power puncher. You can't just go in there and just want to be a power puncher and you don't know how to cut the ring off and you don't know how to close the distance and work behind the jab.
Yeah,
As a power puncher, that's the first thing I'm teaching my power punchers. You're not throwing. I tell my boxers all the time, you're not throwing nothing powerful if you can't step, cut, and close the distance with your jab. So what you
hmm,
throwing power punches for? You need to
exactly.
be a tactician and you need to box and you need to get behind your jab until you learn how to close the distance. So I was taking a step further and say Rolly might be a little bit more better, might be a little bit more smarter when it comes to being in the ring. Now, is he just light years ahead of Regis? No, but at the same time, he could be a little bit more. He could be a little better because he did find a way to make Tank have to think and move around in that ring and come up with a different way to beat him. So that's a toss up, but that was a great question too, though.
Jay will say facts. That's what get me upset about Tank. I feel like he should be stepping on all these young guys, but he ain't doing it. And look, in due time, bro. I think Tank realizes that the time is now. And he had his hit list out. Y'all forget he ran through Rolly. You know, then he got Ryan Garcia, but then y'all remember he said Shakur and Devin are on there. He wants to shut all them up, right? And I do believe that the Shakur, excuse me, I think the Shakur fight will probably happen before the Devin fight.
Most definitely, most definitely.
I think that fight is more most than likely to happen. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Shakur. I think Shakur is a heck of a boxer. But Tank gonna show him his levels to this. And I think Tank gonna be that guy that's gonna humble Shakur. Because Shakur is very arrogant. He's very cocky. And I'm just saying that based off of the things he's shown and the statements he's said. He's talked about I could beat Canelo and I could beat Floyd and I could beat Pacquiao, which is egregious to me. I don't know what's going on with Buddy.
Pray for that boy.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think that Tank and Shakur fight will happen first before the Devin fight. I think the
Mhm.
Devin fight will happen at a catchweight. That's just my opinion. What you got? And y'all put in the comment section what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comment section the order of the fights y'all feel like Tank gonna get these guys at.
So to make sure I caught you right at the end, you said you think this the Haney fighter happened at a catch weight with Tank.
Yeah, I think it'll happen at a catchweight.
I
Cause
mean, I feel like in Tank's best interest and Haney best interest, it should be at a catch weight. Now that fight should be at a catch weight. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because you don't want to put it somewhere where they have the question mark for either one of them. Say, or he was drained, or he was overweight, or he couldn't move with that weight, or he didn't have his power. I think that should be at a catch weight. That the Haney and Tank fight should be at a catch weight. So neither one of them, whoever wins or loses, which I'm gonna say Tank wins that fight, there's no excuse between it. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I mean, it kind of having a catch weight kind of plays more into Tank's favor. You know what I'm saying? Because Haney doesn't have a problem making weight, and I don't think Tank really has a problem either. I think he just always put the catch weight in there to save himself. You know what I'm saying? Like even against Ryan Garcia, the catch weight kind of what you know what I'm saying saved him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say saved him, but at the same time, it kind of made Tank solidify in his mind. Oh, I'm gonna get this boy up out of here. Because Ryan Garcia, he's one of those fighters like whatever his weight gonna be, that's what his weight gonna be. He not gonna play around with it. But at
yeah.
the same time, the order of the fights, I think he should go Shakur, and then it should go Haney, and then for Shakur, I'm gonna say this: he he's just yearning. He's itching for the big fight, and that's why I feel like mentally he's getting out of character. He's begging for it so much, and he wants it so bad that he don't realize he's stepping way too far out of his character and who he truly is to try to get one of these fights. But again, the order should go Shakur, Haney, and everybody else should follow. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. What y'all got? What y'all think in the comment section, man? What y'all think? Let me know something. Let me know some in the comment section. The order you feel like Tank should fight at. Leandra say part of Shakur's issue is the boxing community put him on a pedestal similar to Loma. The boxing community prior to Shakur's last fight has been way harder on Tank and Haney in comparison to Shakur.
Yeah, most definitely, Andre.
Man, look, let me tell you something. I have to 1,000% agree. I think Shakur got when they was trying to say L Spence media made, I think Shakur is media made. And y'all need to hear me out. I think Shakur's media made. He hasn't fought those top guys yet. They're kind of already trying to crown him as the next thing without him putting in the work. You get what I mean? I mean, really, truthfully, who has Shakur really fought that you could say like was an elite fighter? That was a top guy. You get what I mean? And we just gotta. I'm just being honest, right? They really crowned Shakur before he was able to put in that work and get in there with that elite guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that you know, Ace Oscar Valdez. Well, Oscar Valdez was listed as pound for pound for his affiliation with Canelo. It
Right.
wasn't because of Oscar Valdez was, out here mollywopping people. Y'all forget Oscar Valdez before he got with Canelo's camp was a brawler. He fought a full fight with a broken jaw. How can you be pound for pound when you go in a war with low level guys? You get what I mean? When you're pound for pound, when you're in there with a guy that's not on your level, you show that, right? Oscar Valdez is a good fighter. I'm not taking nothing away from him. He's a good fighter, but he's not elite, right?
Right.
He got that pound for pound status from his affiliation with Canelo Alvarez, right? And that's the reason why Oscar Valdez was looked at how he was looked at. Truthfully, Oscar Valdez is a one trick pony. He comes forward. He's not a guy that can fight off the back foot. He's, you know what I'm saying? And thank you, Jay Will. He got caught cheating. He got a banned substance in his system, and they still let him fight. And even in that fight, he looked horrible, right? When he fights a guy that actually has skills, he struggles, right? When he gets in there with guys who are one trick ponies, he'll dog them all day. You know what I mean? But like I said before, with Shakur, to get back on him, I feel like the media crowned him. So I agree with you, Andre. The media crowned him and put all these stipulations and all these things on him to make him appear to be a certain way. Now, don't get it twisted. Cool, bad boy. He can fight, but he's not on the level of Tank. He's not on the level even of Devin Haney just of yet. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like they're more proven than Shakur Stevenson. What you got, Coach? What you think?
I ain't gonna lie. I might be reaching right here, but I mean, I would say his amateur career is more solidified than his professional career right now. I'm just be honest, because he did his thing in amateurs. He did his thing. He did his thing. But when you look at his professional career and you look at some of the names and what he's done, like somebody had mentioned, I ain't catch the name down there, but literally, I've been to sleep on Shakur's last few fights. I've been to sleep. It was some of the best sleep medicine I've ever got in my life, and I don't get too much sleep. I'm gonna be honest. He grew on me as an amateur, and when he got to the pros, I thought he would up his game a little bit more, but he turned into this. He's Don't get me wrong, his style is great. He's a great counterpuncher. He's an almost deadly counterpuncher if you ask me. But at the same time, it's like, when you gonna step it up? When you gonna answer all the questions people keep asking? I know you want the big fight, and maybe his promotion, who he's being promoted by, is why he's not flourishing how he should. But at the same time, when are you going to step it up and prove and show what you can really do? Because I feel like he can be more than a counterpuncher.
Yeah, he
And
can.
so he said, put his feet on the put his feet on there. I mean, we gotta be honest. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? We gotta be honest. Brick put his feet on there because he can run away when he wants to. He can get away. And then, like, I mean, his last fight, I don't know. I ain't like his last fight. I ain't like the stylistic matchup because De Los Santos act like he was kind of he was kind of nervous to let go. But then also when he finally got in, he still didn't let go. And I'm like, Shakur ain't putting nothing on him to make him hold his hands back. He's not making him have to think. You know what I'm saying? Shakur literally beat him by not getting hit and throwing a jab.
Yeah.
Like and it wasn't the best jab ever I've seen. Like no. So his last fight against De Los Santos made me think like, okay, Shakur is not ready. He's not ready for a Haney. He's not ready for a Tank. I mean, we can make an argument. He's not ready for a lot of fighters. He's just not ready. And people just keep trying and trying and trying. And like Paul said, like Keiko said, he media made. They put him up there for no reason right now. They need to bring him down a little bit and let him work his way up.
Yeah.
But y'all got to think about it. He came from lower weight classes. Ooh, really the big fights he could have made. Yeah, true. That's another good one. That's another good question. True. But at the same time, ain't nobody stopping him from moving up. I mean, he ain't too far from being with the big dogs. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He ain't too far at all.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. To say, in my opinion, Shakur needs to be removed from Team Buzz Crawford's negative influence and surround himself with real people who are going to be real with him. That's facts. Uh, I think that, and Jay Will about to get mad at me, but I keep it 1,000, man. That's what it is. Jay Will, I'm sorry. Terrence Crawford comes up with these fallacies about people doubting him and all this other stuff, and he's influencing Shakur Stevenson, right? Shakur need to go do his own thing. You know what I mean? You look at Tank and Adrian Broner. Tank and Adrian Broner, they cool, but Tank, he do his own thing, right? I can still be cool with you, but I'm over here doing my own thing.
Right.
That's what I feel like they need to do. Because Shakur trying to come up with this fake, all the media against me, the world against me. Nobody's against you. The media crowns you. You know what I'm saying? The media crowns you. You know what I'm saying? Jay Will said Buzz negative influence. Jay Will, we just saying, bro, when it comes down to fake, like, oh man, y'all doubt me. Who doubting you? ESPN got Terrence Crawford. He been pound for pound number one on their list since 2017.
Right.
It's 2023. So who's doubting that man? Shakur Stevenson, you know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson, same thing. They got him ranked high on that list. They already crowning him to be like, the next second coming, of Terrence Crawford. You know? So when we say negative influence, we're not talking about in the ring too, because he's not putting on good performances.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it seems like he don't have an identity. You know what I mean? It seemed like he trying to fight like Bud, or one moment he trying to fight like Andre Ward. Fight like Shakur.
Right. Makes
Fight
sense.
like Shakur Stevenson. That's just what it is. Now I get it if you want to have, like, when I was active as an amateur, yes, internally I'd be like, oh, these boys doubted me. Right? They doubted
Mm-hmm.
me. So yeah, I'm finna show y'all. But I wasn't in the media talking about, or when hey man, I know this boxing gym over here, they said something about me. Who? Who? Can you say who said what? You know what I'm saying? Trenchbrick got a question for you, B. Go on with
Okay.
it.
Hey, coach, I don't even think he be tired after he fights. Go run up. Hey, but you 100% real on that. You 1,000% real. The dude really don't even be sweating. He just be now perspiring. He just now his skin just now start glowing when he done with his fights. And I'm like, matter of fact, now that you think about it, it was a couple fights where I looked at. I'm like, this dude ain't even really need no water. His coach ain't had to wipe him down. He ain't had to redo his Vaseline. He ain't had to do nothing. Dude be out there looking dry. He probably goes straight to the treadmill. he better. So he felt like he did something. I'm gonna agree with
but
you. I'm riding with you, Trench Black. I'm riding with you.
yeah,
The
that boy
dude,
Trench,
the
that
dude
boy
be looking.
Trench a fool.
He be looking dry, bro. And
Yeah.
then when he talking to the announcers, he ain't got no sweat on his forehead. His hair still looking intact. I'm like, bro, this dude really ain't put in no work. He ain't had to put in no work. So how can we solidify his career if he ain't even breaking the sweat for us in the ring? He break out more in the sweat when he do all his talking for the media and the press conference before the fights than he do when he get in the ring. So I agree with you, Trench, but I agree with you, Trench Brick.
I will say, was y'all saying this when Earl and Tank was hanging out with AB? Yeah, yeah. That's why Tank don't really hang with AB like that. You know what I'm
The-
saying?
the- we all know where AB career went. His career went down when he started trying to do too much. He started being the rapper. He started wanting to be a party boy. He started wanting to be something other than, even when he started going against Floyd, we like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, AB? When he came out there against Maidana, I felt like he was drunk. He what you doing all that for? What you
Yeah.
what is you hyping up?
Madonna had him doing. Madonna had him doing this right here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so yeah, that was a good question, but at the same time, I was saying the same thing. Like, break that. Excuse my friend. Break that up. Break it up. Break it
Yeah.
up. Go be who you need to be, not who you want to
Cornell says salute K Po. Bro, take that wig up off your bald head. Hey, hey, chill out, man. Hey, I got a bald fade. I got a little bit of hair left. What you
be.
what you
He said, take that weight cap off your bald head.
I got a little bit of hair left. Uh, KJ said, I think he'll be the gym rat or something that can separate him from a bunch in a good or bad way. No, that's facts. And look, Shakur, after the fight, made an excuse saying that, oh, hey, maybe I was in the gym too much. Maybe I need to fall back. No, that's a good thing. Stay in the gym.
Mhm.
You know what I
Stay
mean?
there.
Stay in the gym. Stay working. But, another thing I don't like Shakur does, he worry about other people too much. Okay, that Edwin De Los Santos fight, he talking about Frank Martin, Devin Haney, right? And he cussing them out. They bring up Lomachenko. I'm just sad that I couldn't get that fight. What we doing? When you talk about Devin, you cussing him out. When you talk about Frank, you cussing him out. Lomachenko, I'm just truly saddened and very hurt that I couldn't get that fight. Bro. You need to be worried about Edwin De Los Santos, bro. That's what you need to be focused on, cuz. You need to be focused on that boy. Not
Mhm.
no, not Frank Martin, which we in a minute we finna segue to Frank Martin and Shakur, but we gonna do a little snippet, but like I said, bro, like he don't focus on his opponents. And you look at Floyd Mayweather, even Devin, we'll use Devin in his last fight against Regis. They was asking Devin about Tank, they was asking Devin about all type of people. What was Devin's response? I'm focused on Regis' program. We will worry about that after the fight. I'm focused on Regis' program. This is a dangerous fight. I need to focus on him. That's the answer that you need to have.
No,
Not,
you can't
man,
go wrong with that answer. You can't go wrong with that answer at all.
you see what I'm saying? They're worrying about,
Uh-oh.
no, you good, bro. You can't be sitting
Okay.
there worrying about, this, that, and the third, man. Worry about your opponent that you got in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
One
Tristan,
fight at a time.
yeah. Shakur probably drink energy drinks. Hey, man, you wild, bro.
Oh man.
Andre say, even though Gary Russell at 140 is a weight class above Shakur, that's the type of fighter I would like to see Shakur outclass. Stand in the pocket. Some make him kiss. I guess you may say make him miss and make him pay if he can. That's a good fight. Um, you got Gary Antoine. You talking about Gary Antoine Russell, who's
That's
at
what I was about to
140.
say, Antoine. Right.
And he has that. He's like he got that fighting style like Sean Porter, but he's more technical, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Most
And
definitely.
I think that's a difficult fight for Shakur. Very difficult. And if Shakur don't learn how to get over fighting guys with power, because that's his problem. Guys with power, he
Mm-hmm.
seems to like really be defensive on. You know what I mean? He got to figure out how to still be in the pocket and still work. You know what I mean? And hey, you might have to take a shot. You know what I mean? But you gonna have to figure out still how to work. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if he his chin. I don't know if he got knocked out before sparring. I don't know. But it seems like guys with power, he's like real like, oh, you think he on MLK on the trail ride or something. He on that horse. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, he I ain't gonna lie. He gets very very defensive and overly feintful when it comes to guys with power. I mean, his feints become the elite move when it comes to dudes with power. He just feint and move, feint, oh, feint. I'm like, is you gonna throw something? Cause you didn't put in about 10, 15 feints and you ain't threw not one punch. What is you feinting for? We know the dude got power, but at the same time, it's like you hang with Crawford. What Crawford do when Crawford catch a punch and he feels something? He wake up. He power up when Crawford catch when Crawford catch something. He wake up. He get live. He get active. He show him that he got motion. You know what I'm saying? You hang with him, so you want to be like him so bad. So go on there with somebody with some power and see what you got. Go to work. Hey, look, Jason. The only thing Shakur overtrained was his. Oh man, he roasted him.
Hey man.
Trench Brick roasting him, man. He roasting him. Trench, shit. He ain't pulling nothing. These boys getting on him. Hey, but this is what happens though, man. You can't get in there and become an Olympic sprinter. You can't. That's not what we here to watch, man. We here to watch you become elite. All the talking you doing and you you started making laps around there. You can be out there with the triathlon athletes, as many laps as you made in the ring. You feel me? Now you got to do something different, Shakur. I ain't gonna lie to you. And everything y'all saying is absolutely right. I don't like all that running because I think he too skillful to be doing all that running. I think he too skillful.
That's facts. Shakur like Bud, that Jim Crow mentality when it's a black fighter's pure hate sounds personal. A white fighter is that's facts. And like I told you, when Terence Crawford, when he talked about Errol, I'm trying not to cuss, y'all. I already in YouTube jail. Where, he said, right? Where he at, right? But when it came down to any other fighter, he's a great guy, and Shakur, same energy. Frank Martin is a BA N word, and Devin Haney a BA N word, a PA N word, and but Lomachenko, I'm just very saddened that I didn't get that fight. That's not the energy we need in the sport of boxing. And truthfully, when these white folks are looking at you and you talking how you talking, that make them not want to put that money behind you when it comes to us black fighters.
Hmm.
You get what I mean? That's just my opinion on it.
Most
Truthfully,
definitely.
he's still running as we speak. That man ain't stopped since he fought De Los Santos. Hey, man, y'all boys out of there.
They killing him.
You see, you think
They
Bud
killing
had 8 for Errol? What about Bud versus Benavidez? I look, and Jay Will, I think Terence Crawford hates Errol Spence in the sense of he feels like that should, as far as the accolades, as far as Errol Spence star power, and and I feel like he don't like Errol for that. You know what I mean? And
him.
Errol
Right.
got the opportunity to fight for belts, and he didn't get the chance to, which he don't get me started, which he should have if he would have not re-signed with Top Rank. He
Hmm.
could have went over to PBC or whatever, and put himself in position to get them type of fights and get those belts. You know what I mean? But that's just my take on that. You know what I mean? You got anything, Coach?
No, yeah, I'm agree with what you said. You know what I'm saying? I believe Top Rank kind of. I believe they be robbing people for half their career until they finally get free and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Top Rank need to do better with they matchmaking. They need to do better with promotion. They need to do better with a whole lot of stuff over there on Top Rank. They need to do better, and I'm gonna leave it at that too, because Top Rank does not always put their best foot forward when it comes to promoting fights, matching the fighters. You know what I'm saying? It just sometimes it irked my nerves when I watch Top Rank put stuff together.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
When it comes to black fighters, they don't
Right, black fighters,
black
most
fighters. Kay just said, "What's the game plan for Core against Tank?" I'm gonna let you take that, Coach. Let them show them your IQ, man. Let these boys know.
Uh, if I'm Shakur and I'm game planning to take on a Tank, I'm going to say you have to be a mix of fighters against a Tank. If I'm Shakur, you want to bait them in to make it seem like you finna get on that track. You know what I'm saying? Show him your IQ, show him your ring generalship. You want to make him move a little bit, and then slowly, as you think you lowering him to sleep. All right, okay, Tank, he really not working. He don't think I'm gonna work. Okay, step in and start. That's when he starts. He against Tank, you want to utilize them feints because Shakur has the capability to make a Tank miss. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I feel like Shakur is more. He's skilled enough to bait Tank in, and once you start baiting him in, then you start working behind the feints and see what he working with behind the feints. And once he get behind the feints, and once you start lowering Tank to sleep, okay, pop, 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 pop. Okay, I'm gonna get out the way. But again, you still have to be mindful of Tank cutting it on and putting one of them shots on you. You know what I'm saying? So again, I say he's gonna have to be a three. He's gonna have to be three different fighters when he fighting Tank. He's gonna have to use the bicycle, as we all know. He's gonna have to use the feet. He's gonna have to use the feints, and he's gonna have to use the counter punching ability in there against Tank. He gonna have to, but then also he's gonna have to establish something to make Tank think. Because the biggest problem with most people is they're not making Tank think. They're not making them think about anything when he come in. Because sometimes Tank don't even care. He'll walk in and let you punch, and just to see what you feel like, and then he'll be like, okay, that's it. We pow, you sleep. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to be three different, four different type of fighters to game plan and beat the Tank.
Yeah, I agree with that you said, man. Yeah,
Shakur don't claim to be black anyway. He claims Puerto Rico, which man, they killing my guy, bro. They killing the church brick on his head. I like it. I like it. I like it. So
KJ.
yeah, but hating on Earls like the D1 football player in high school, hating on the cool kid with all the J's. That's throwback right there. That's throwback right there, all the way back to high school.
Like, man, I'm just saying, bro. And then we got my boy Dave in here, man. Dave skates all day. You know what I mean? Dave in here. You know, he from Houston, Southwest. You know, so, but Dave can't stand Terrence Crawford. Like, he don't like the matter of fact, what a comment at, man. See, right here, Bud and Mark. Dave gonna let it be known. He don't like Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
I ain't gonna lie, Big Dave. I ain't a Terrence Crawford fan either. I don't doubt his skill set, but I can do without a Bud Crawford. I can do without Bud.
So, Dave, I guess he was responding to what you said. He said Tank is too
Okay.
cerebral for that because Tank will also lure you to sleep to KO you.
And exactly that's the biggest thing about Shakur game planning for a Tank. Tank can do all type of things too, and I think a lot of people don't realize how much IQ Tank has in the ring. You gotta when you go back and look at Tank grow throughout his career, you'll see him box, you'll see him brawl, you'll see him counter, you'll see him going offensive onslaught. You see Tank do everything, and that's my biggest thing for Shakur. Right now, Shakur haven't hasn't given us enough to say we're gonna put you in there with a Tank and make it competitive because Tank has a multitude of ways of how he can go about beating people, and that's why I wouldn't like the Shakur and Tank matchup at this point until Shakur can prove that he can do something other than move around the ring and use his feet.
Yeah. Will Shakur be Tank's toughest fight to date? I don't think so. I think Tank's
Mm-mm.
toughest fight is Teofimo Lopez. That's. I think if
Most definitely.
that boy Churchback, man, hold on, Churchback, hold on, man, you hold on, bro. We trying to get to these comments. You cooking, man. That boy, I'm gonna put it on the screen in a minute. But like I said, I think Teofimo Lopez, with him be having the ability to box as well and have power, I think he'll give Tank something to think about. And Tank really gonna have to. I think that's his toughest fight if they were to fight. Um, Tank gonna really have to go in that IQ bag to beat Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's his toughest fight. I don't even think Devin is his toughest fight. I think he could beat Devin pretty soundly. You know what I mean? Truthfully, I think it'll be competitive early, but I think Tank will figure him out and be able to outsmart him and stop him. You know what I mean? Shakur, same thing. I think it'll be competitive, but I think Tank will same thing. Teofimo Lopez is like Teofimo got power, right? Teofimo is athletic, kind of big. That's a tough fight for Javante Tank Davis. That fight right there, I said that's the only fighter that I would give a shot to beat Tank Davis is Teofimo Lopez because he got power behind that. You saw how Tank was with Rolly, right? Rolly just got power, right? But you saw how he was in there like, dang, this dude hitting hard. You know what I mean? And Rolly was kind of just, yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, Teofimo can set things up. He could throw a left hook, right, to get you to roll into his two. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And
So
that's what I was gonna say.
it's
Tiafimo can ad lib with his hands, and I
yeah,
like that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? He can use his hands to ad lib, and that's dangerous for somebody like what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say you're gonna get in there and smash on Tank, but at the same time, by Tiafimo being able to ad lib with his hands. And what I mean by ad lib is exactly what Boss just said. You know what I'm saying? He can throw a solidified hook, and just as well as he throwing a solidified hook, he coming underneath with a solidified upper. And it's like, how did he just do that? You know what I'm saying? He can ad lib with his hands. Even if he throwing a straight, he can throw it straight and loop it in the middle of it, almost being there and kiss him. Like Tiafimo be his toughest fight. Tiafimo, he's a very skillful fighter, and his IQ is downplayed too because he used IQ to beat Lomachenko. I ain't gonna lie. He used IQ to beat Lomachenko, and then he put on everything else. Then he started showing his athleticism, and then he started showing, letting Lomachenko know I got power. So Teofimo would definitely be the toughest fight for Tank right now.
Transfer says Shakur is like a glitch in 2K that ain't been patched yet. This, bro, this boy Trench Brick on one, man. Cornell
Oh man.
said, at first I had Tank versus Shakur 50-50 fight, but after Shakur last performance, I got Tank by body shot KO in the 8th or 9th. I never had it
Mm,
50-50. I had it
mm,
maybe 70-30. I feel like Tank, look, Shakur and Devin are in this category where they can outbox you, right? But they don't have no power, right? They don't have nothing to keep Tank off of them, right? Tank
mm,
throws the least amount of punches in boxing, but he's very accurate as well, right?
mm,
So, like you said, he has the ability to lull you to sleep and then land those shots. He places his shots very well. You know what I mean? And I just think he'll be able to break a dude like Devin down. He'll break a dude like Shakur down, and he'll be able to stop both of them. Tank just he got that killer instinct, and that's something that Shakur don't have yet, and that's something Devin don't have at all. Devin
mm.
don't have at all a killer instinct. Devin Haney like a Cadillac, like he just
Yeah,
coast.
he gonna cruise. He gonna vibe with it.
You see what I'm saying? Shakur, depending on who he in there with, he may show it, he may not. Tank, it don't matter who he in there with. When he gonna get you, he gonna get you. That's just it.
Hmm.
He don't care. None of it. He gonna spark you. You know.
Right.
So, I mean, B, what you got? What you got?
I'll be honest. I wouldn't even call it a 730, a 70-30. I had it 75-25 in favor of Tank. I didn't. I wouldn't give Shakur a chance at all right here. I wouldn't give him a chance at all. Not even based off his last fight. Even the fight before that, I still, know what I'm saying? I still said he not ready to get in there with no Tank. But what he said, Bud's skills got him shine because without it, he would have lost to Earl and no one would care about him. Well, I mean, mm, yeah, I got you can say that he would have lost to Earl and no one would care about him. I think the time frame of him fighting Earl was really the biggest thing. It was mainly the time frame, the time he picked to do it, the time he got in there with him. Because Earl, I don't think Earl was right. I don't care what nobody say. Earl, something was wrong with Earl. You can look at Earl and tell something was wrong with him. You can look at Earl and tell something was wrong with him before that fight. And I'm not gonna use that as excuse because Earl got in there and still got mollywopped. But at the same time, man, something was wrong with him.
Don't
Something was
say
wrong
that.
with him.
Don't say that to Jay Will. Jay Will gonna start. he gonna start. No, Terrence Crawford, you know Jay will. But don't worry about it. We got Dave in here, so Dave's gonna be able to counteract that. Both of my boys though. But
He, Trench Break still go. How long y'all think Bud had to chase Shakur after he fought De Los Santos to give him a good old fashioned slave? Why he going so hard? Trying to beat Shakur screaming, "Oh my, oh my!" He said he had that Peyton Manning out there. Oh my. Exactly. Tank can do it all. Shakur is nice, but after the last fight and the African dude he fought, I see that power changes how he fights. Most definitely. That's Shakur's MO. As soon as he feels somebody got enough to rock him, he I don't know, he gets rattled. And he go into a stage of he go into a big faint mode and he goes into let me think about the treadmill at the gym, like they say. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's about. Like again, like Boss said, maybe it's something we don't know about. Maybe he do got a glass jaw. Maybe he do got a soft chin. It's something he might have a soft body. We don't know. But at the same time, when he feels somebody with power, he have issues continuing to be who he's supposed to be in the ring when he meets somebody with power. He
yeah,
say,
so I'm like Dave. Then I was raised on a positive man, father in my life. Then 23 years in the army. People like Bud move like women. Words mean nothing. People like Bud, I've avoided my entire life. Hey man, let me let me you yada. You know, I've said that, and y'all seen videos where I've said Bud has those tendencies where he's untrustworthy. You get what I mean?
Mhm.
And you see the difference in how Errol move and how Terrence Crawford move. Look what Terrence doing now with uh, Boots, right? Boots.
Yeah, I don't like that either, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like
You know
that
what I
at
mean?
all.
So Errol, if Errol say he gonna do something, he do it. You know what I mean? And that's the difference between the two. You know what I mean? We get into all y'all comments. We see them, we get into all the comments like how I run my live is this, coach. How I run my live is, you know, I have a general topic that we talk about was Devin Haney versus Tank,
Hmm.
which we've been doing, but we typically segue into other topics that they want to talk about. You know what I mean? So that's
Okay.
what we're doing
Okay.
right now. Uh Cornell said, man, toss Rolly in there with Ryan. It could be a yellow bus battle.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I said that to my boy at the gym the other day. I said I think that Rolly and Ryan fight will be a good fight. Yeah, it might, like you said, it might look a little special led, but at the same time, I think they'll come out. I think they'll give us something. I think they have something behind
Nocturnal say Tio can be beat before the fight start if you psychologically break him. That's facts. Tio got to
it.
be
Yeah.
right mentally, but that goes into what I tell y'all. This boxing gets more mental than physical. You can have all the skills that you want. You can be fast. You can hit hard. Whatever. If you're not right up here, it don't matter in that ring. And but I'm just basing it off of his skill set. If he right, he the only fighter that I see that can pose a problem for Javante Tank Davis because he got power. You know what I mean? Jim is all an empire. Shout out to him, bro. He said it's for Tank to fight guys that ain't 135 since 140 is so called too big for him.
Nah, I think that'll be the biggest knock on his career though. If Tank don't come up and do what he got to do in these other weight divisions, I think that'll be the biggest question mark of his whole entire career. Why Tank never came up to 140? Why Tank never came up here to meet so and so? You know what I'm saying? What's up with the catch weight? As I mentioned earlier, I think that's great right there. I think that'll be the biggest question mark and the biggest downfall of Tank career. Why you never came up? Because I feel like Tank generally walk around at a heavier weight than what he fighting at. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. That's good right there. I like that comment.
What's good, George? What's up with you? George, man. George is a loyal advocate to the channel, man. What's up to George, man? Appreciate you for coming in. Um, Dave said he agreed with you, Coach. He said exactly for sure something was wrong with EJ.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely.
And then Jay Will, He said, "Boss, I challenge you to go look at Errol walking into Sean Porter fight. His eyes was high as a kite there too." Hey, look, let me tell you something. You ain't heard me say Errol Spence lost. Let me tell you, I'm gonna say this on the live because y'all boys tweaking. All right, let me say this real quick. All right, I've held on to my stance that I don't think it was weight. I don't think it was anything. I think Errol Spence was underprepared for Terrence.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe. I think Derrick James having all them fights back to back like that, because Errol Spence is a guy that's gonna listen to his coach. Terrence Crawford don't. Terrence Crawford do what Terrence Crawford want to do. Bowman can say throw the jab. Terrence Crawford like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm throwing the two. That's Terrence Crawford, and it works. That's how their relationship is. But Errol Spence listens to Derrick James, right? And I feel like the game plan between Derrick James and Errol Spence executing that game plan, they were underprepared for Terrence Crawford. They didn't have an answer to Terrence Crawford waiting to counter Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? And that was the problem that I saw in the fight. It looked like Errol Spence wasn't prepared. It looked like he was just in there. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like to me. You know what I mean? I feel like that game plan they came up with wasn't a good game plan. I was expecting because look, Terrence Crawford does have the ability to counterpunch you and things like that. But Errol Spence went in there with the mindset of I'm gonna land big shots on you, right? I'm gonna throw my jab and go to your body. And Bud knew that. Bud went finna sit there and take that. So Bud would step at an angle, counter Errol, right? Errol hunch over, then Bud would throw a combination. You know what I mean? It was at times Bud would eat a punch and he get his off. You get what I mean? But and I'm not sitting here saying that anybody is wrong for sitting here saying that Errol Spence is weight drain or anything like that. I'm not sitting here saying that. I'm just saying I thought that it was just the preparation was a little off. That was my thing as far as the game plan. You know what I mean? Because I saw things. I'm looking at Errol and I'm like, man, Errol could have did that. Errol could have did this. I'm watching these rounds. I'm like, man, why he fighting like that? You know what I mean? He didn't have his balance like he normally has. You know what I mean? So to me, it was more like, okay, it was just more game plan. It was just the strategy. To me, in my opinion, was the reason why he lost that fight. I do think in the second fight, he gonna fight a better fight because now he done seen what Terrence Crawford is capable of. He know what Terrence Crawford has. So now he's gonna fight a better fight. They're gonna come up with a better game plan. You know what I mean? I don't think they didn't take it seriously. I do believe they took the fight seriously, but I think it's just having those fights back to back like that from Derrick James. His first fight he had was Frank Martin. Then I think he had Frank Martin, then Errol, then he had Jermell Charlo, and I mean then, my bad, Anthony Joshua, then Jermell Charlo. So he had all these fights back to back to back to back like that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? So which is not conducive. When you got a big fight like this, I feel like man, he should have told the other guys, look, I'm not, hey, little bro, he got a brother. Hey, little bro, you go coach them. I'll coach Jamel and I'll coach Anthony Joshua, and Errol. But everybody else, Frank Martin, I'm sorry. Like, I'll help you come on the game plan, but I got
Right.
the biggest fight in boxing right now between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's my take on it. You get what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I agree with you too, though. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that can be compiled in that, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I agree with you. His preparation didn't go nowhere past what he normally do, and I felt like he should have been doing what Bud was doing. Because I ain't gonna lie, I give Bud his credit for preparation because the dude was doing stuff he normally don't do. You know what I'm saying? He was preparing. He prepared for everything that Earl could have thrown at him, and he even over prepared. Because I guarantee you that first knockdown, Bud didn't expect to get that first knockdown. That first knockdown, I guarantee you, it was a shock to him. Let's look at what Bud doing. He's in the gym. You don't know what Earl doing. Boy, then went into hide behind one loss. Did his daddy teach him that?
Hey,
No, man.
hey, Jay Will, when has L. Spence ever stopped publicizing? When he ain't got a fight, he's not in the media. He don't need to broadcast what he's doing. Now Terence Crawford does because he needs that publicity. He likes that attention. L. Spence don't like attention. You know what I mean? When in between fights, when have you seen L. Spence, you know, training in between fights or talking or doing anything? He go underground. He spent time with his gal. He spent time with his kids. He train on the low. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember a while back, Anthony Joshua was saying L. Spence went to England to train with him.
Right.
You get what I mean? So
Ain't nobody know nothing about
nobody
it
know
other than
nothing
him
about it.
speaking on it. Right.
So L. Spence, I mean, I get it, Jay Will, you know, but where I come from, and I know, Coach, where we come from, we don't need to broadcast what we doing, and you know, the talking and all that. Like, man, it's just like when I tell y'all, like, look, all that talking to me and broadcasting and look at me, look what I'm doing. To me, it's a sign of weakness. That's
Hmm.
my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here saying Bud scared. I'm not sitting here saying anything. I'm just saying when you sitting there and you talking and you doing all this talking and then you look at me, I'm training, y'all. Nah, bro. You know what I mean? Errol Spence probably is training. You know what I mean? Now is he training every day? No, but Terence Crawford just started back training. But Terence Crawford been playing in celebrity basketball games, been going to this concert, been going to the amateur boxing events, USA boxing qualifiers. He been taking pictures with all the amateurs and everything. Errol Spence. He training and he with his kids. Also,
Hmm.
like I said, he just lost to Terence Crawford, right? You think he happy about that? That's his rival. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like, let's just be honest. That's his rival. And then look at it's not the fact that he lost, and I said this in my video before. It's not the fact he lost, it's how he lost. Right? He didn't put on that legacy define. If he would have lost, like they went back and forth and it was a close fight, it's different. But it's how he lost. You know what I'm saying? He didn't put on a good performance. So what do he need to say? He don't need to say anything.
Right. I look at it like this. I forget which Batman movie it was, but he was going against Bane. Bane took that boy and threw him in the cave and hurt, broke his back and everything. He hurt his soul. You know what I'm saying? So by Batman being down in that cave, you feel me? When he finally got to the right person, he finally tapped that mental and he tapped into his heart. You know what I'm saying? His emotion was out of it. He was like, I need to wake up and get my butt up out this cave. I need to strengthen. I need to be smarter. I need to be stronger. And when he finally got out of the cave and he met Bane again, you know what I'm saying? It was a wrap. It was a big fight, but he wasn't losing it this time. And I feel like, do I say Earl Spence gonna go take him out this time? No, but I definitely believe it'll be a better performance. And right now, for him to have that better performance, him being in front of a camera or being out and about trying to display, you know what I'm saying, what he doing, it wouldn't be healthy for him. He know what he needs to do. He needs to go in that cave. He needs to go in that lab, and he need to be up. He need to be up in himself. He need to have a lot of motion. You need, forget everything else. You know what I'm saying? Stick to your family and stick to your training. Don't worry about no cameras because when it comes time to show up again, we're gonna see what he really about. We're gonna see what he been doing, and I bet my bottom dollar on it. That boy out there working. He out
And
there working. Earl Spence is working.
he said, why would he underprepare for the biggest fight of his career? I never said he underprepared. I said when it comes to the game plan, right? The game plan was not a formidable game plan for him to execute and win that fight against Terence Crawford. That's what I was talking about. Like I told you, Earl Spence had one coach in Derek James, who's a masterclass teacher, by the way, who basically comes up with the game plan. Earl Spence executes the game plan. He don't deviate from it, right? So Derek James tell Earl Spence, throw three jabs. In the first round, you're gonna throw three jabs and then a two. That's what Earl Spence is gonna do. If Bo Mac tell Terence Crawford, throw three jabs on the two, Terence Crawford gonna say, F you, I'm gonna throw one jab and then I'm gonna switch to southpaw and then I'm gonna throw my two and then I may counter him, or I may take a couple of punches, just to see. That's the difference between the two. You get what I mean? I say it's the game plan. It was the game plan that was provided to him, and L. Spence trusted in that game plan, and it didn't work out. You get what I mean? And like I said, I believe that it was Derrick James and all those fights. They was in a matter of weeks of each other. These fights that he had to all come up with game plans for. He was by himself. You know, I see Jay Will. His next thing he said, Bud got 3 coaches. That's another reason. Terence Crawford got 3 coaches. He got Bomac, he got that Hispanic dude, and he got Red, which is the black dude. So he got different eyes on him, right? And B can attest to this. You don't see everything as a coach. So, but you may have this other coach like, hey man, look, when you throwing that hook, you dropping your hand a little too low and your chin is in the air a little bit, you know. So what you need to do is maybe step to your left, you know, when he's throwing that shot, step to your left and then boom, but make sure your shoulders covering that chin and make sure that hand is up. You know what I mean? Because he's snappy with the counter. You get what I mean?
Hey, I'll be right back. My dog barking. I think somebody at my door. I'll be right back. I don't know why.
All right. So, like I said before, man, it's that's what I think. You feel me? That's what I think. He said Earl game plans be the same his whole great career. No, I mean I say this for his it, I say what he using the jab, yeah. Everything off the jab, yes, I say that. But as far as just like in the same game plan, its entirety, no. Because he fought Mikey Garcia a different way than how he fought Lamar Peterson. He fought Chris Algier a different way and how he fought Sean Porter. You know what I mean? He fought different ways. Now, granted, only thing consistent in his game plans is the jab. He works everything off the jab. Boy, y'all to say, Bud at Jim Crow. Hey, man, you wild, y'all. Cornell said, AK Pro, remember what Max said after the fight, their entire team had been studying Errol for the last fight, so they knew his every move. I think Errol was in a lose-lose situation. No, that's facts. They watched Errol Spence very closely. You know what I'm saying? They knew that was a dangerous fight. You know what I mean? But I feel like Errol Spence, was the game plan with, it was just the execution of the game plan and how it was constructed. Trish Big said, man, I don't care what nobody say. Got the night before. Hey, that's very possible. Jay would say, what has 5 years of hating got you? I'm rooting for Earl to bounce back instead of hating Bud. Show Earl love so he can get back out there. Nobody, I mean, no, I can't, I don't see nobody hating on Terence Crawford. We spoke the truth about Terence Crawford. Nobody hated on him. I don't see nobody hating on Terence. You know what I'm saying? Boss that comments talking about Bud Mama. Oh, okay. My bad. All right, Jay, I got you. Trenchbrook said, hey, hold on. I just saw your comment, Dave. Hold on. Trenchbrook said, I have me a wife that look like girls. I wouldn't broadcast none either. I'd be on my 10th junior. I got you, Trent. Jay will say, Bia. Jay will say, facts. DJ dropped the ball. He dismissed Bud going southpaw. Said it was a gimme. Bud came out southpaw and they were lost. Like I said, I felt like it was the game plan. That's what I believe. I felt like the game plan, they underestimated Bud in the game plan and how, I think Derrick James, his mindset was this. I think Derrick James looked at Errol and was like, Errol's bigger than Terence, right? Derrick James was like, I've seen Terence Crawford get hurt by, guys in smaller weights. I think, Errol, all you got to do is keep it simple, use your jab, come forward, go to the body, and, you got him. That's what I think happened. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think the game plan was. But I feel like Errol Spence should have came out there and boxed a little bit, got on his toes. He could do that. He did that against Mikey. You know what I mean? Box, look to counter, things like that. He really gonna have to take his time with Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? And not rush in there looking to, bully Terrence Crawford. I think guys underestimate Terrence Crawford's strength as well, which I've said this in previous videos, but Jay Will, I know you my boy. I still gotta call y'all. Y'all ignore that and then be only focused on the negative stuff. You feel me? That's just real talk. Jay will say L got solid for the middle, so it might look the same, but he switched things up depending on the fighter.
That's the truth.
Dave
That's the
said,
truth.
I'm hating, but hey man, I told you, Jay Will, Dave ain't gonna hold back, man. Trish say no cap, I ain't gonna lie, but a super nigga for sure. We ain't hating. I just don't like his new dreads. I think he I
Yeah,
think
I don't mess with the dreads either, bro. I don't like it.
I think
I
he
don't like
combed
it.
them out. He combed them out now. He got like a little afro again. He got a little
I'm glad
afro.
he did.
Well, Bright said, "Nah, Crawford just levels better. That's it. I think he.
Nah,
That's it. I don't think he levels better. I think he had a better game plan on that night. Like styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? When when you look at Roy Jones Jr. versus Antonio Tarver, off the rip, off the muscle, I want y'all to answer this comment section. Who, skill wise, who's better, Antonio Tarver or Roy Jones Jr.? Who who flashes on the screen when you see them fighting?
and no, if anybody puts Tarver, come on now, that you reaching like skill wise, but preparation. Tarver knew what he had to do. Get Roy Jones tired, and once he get tired, you put in that work, and that's exactly what he did. He did it. He did something nobody else ever tried to do against Roy Jones, and that was to tire him out, make him work to the point to where he felt like he just couldn't do nothing else no more. And as soon as he got lazy, Tarver stepped on the gas and put him and started putting him to work.
Yeah, man. And that's what I'm saying. Styles make fights, and that's the reason why I chose Errol Spence. I looked at how the reason why I chose Errol Spence against Bud was this. Bud starts slow in fights. Errol doesn't.
Hmm.
Right? Bud typically, although he's more skillful than a lot of guys he get in the ring with, he fights down to his opponents. He want to fight. Right? There's a video, and I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna find it on TikTok because I seen it. The dude made a montage of Terrence Crawford in the amateurs, how he'll get hit with
Oh
a
yeah.
shot, and then he want to fight. Like, what's up? He don't care about no game plan no more. He want to fight.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what Terrence does. You see what I'm saying? Terrence want to fight. Although Terrence is very skillful, we not taking none away from that. And I've said that in all my videos. I said Terrence is very skillful. I feel like styles make fights. And I said Errol Spence has the style to beat Terrence Crawford, right? And that's what I compared this to. Roy Jones, Antonio Tarver. That's how I looked at this fight. You know what I mean? You got Errol Spence, very fundamentally sound. You know what I mean? And then you got Terrence Crawford, who's the flashier fighter, who has the flashier style, who's athletic, who can get on his toes and do all that flashy stuff. Go southpaw, orthodox, all that. I feel like Errol Spence's style will be able to neutralize Terrence Crawford, right?
Even in this fight, you seen Crawford against Spence when he went against him. He did some stuff he normally don't do defensively. Because normally he carry his hands low and he'll get caught. Sometimes you feel like I'll be watching him, I'll be like, did he want to get that? Did he want to get caught like that on purpose? But against Spence, he wasn't going for it. He wouldn't let Spence try to land nothing.
He
And
wouldn't.
Crawford ain't never really did that
No, he ain't want to take no risk with Spence.
at all.
He ain't take no. He ain't. He barely let Spence hit him. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and like I told you, and the only reason why I said that Errol would beat Crawford, one reason was this. And Errol Spence said it at the press conference, the final one. When Terrence Crawford got into it with one of the L. Spence dudes, L said, "That's why we gonna beat you because of that right there,
Right.
because of this." And I've said this many times. And you a coach, so you know. In that boxing ring, I don't care how much skill you got. I don't care how hard you hit. I don't care. You can go southpaw, do a backflip, do the split. Bruce Lee kick somebody and come back, land on your foot like this. If
Right.
this ain't right, you gonna lose in that ring.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I tell all my fighters, like, I know your skill set, I know your skill set, I know his skill set, I know her skill set. And all y'all can make solid fighters. But I look at you, and you. I look at your mental, and then I go look at some of the guys who just started coming in the gym who I started coaching maybe 3-4 months ago, and I'm looking at their mental. I'd be like, hey, I can put him in there with you, and you've been here 3 years. He been here 4 or 5 months. I can put him in there with you, and I probably put my bottom dollar on him because he mentally focused. When my fighters that's been there longer, they in there working, and the other guys, what I'm saying, they still working on the bag, but they'll find a way to turn and work the bag and look at, some of the fighters that's been there longer, been there, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, oh, that dude mentally focused because they'll tell me, hey, I want to get in there, I want to spar with him, and I'll be like, I can't let you in there with him right now because XYZ simple fact, because I let them know, but I see it and I can feel that energy. I'm like, they mentally focused, they mentally sharp. He looking at certain moves he do, and I see him after he do the move, he'll turn around to the bag. Oh, he did this, and he'll roll, come over the top, and then he'll pivot. I'm like, okay, I see what he just did. You know what I'm saying? So people like that, when you can receive information and focus in and zone in on it mentally and hone in and sharpen yourself like that, you're gonna be a tougher fighter regardless. It's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard to beat that person regardless because they mentally focused. They're not just going off of God given talent or God gifted athletic ability. They going in on mental, like mentally, like somebody that can sit there and absorb all the stuff that's come to them. People talking bad about them. People saying they can't do this. People saying they won't do this. You know what I'm saying? People like that, when they get in there, they zoned in on a different type of subject. They mentally focused, and they ain't in there to play with you. They gonna get you, and that's the advantage I thought Earl had in this situation. But apparently, we was wrong. We
Yeah.
was wrong, and I ain't scared to admit it.
We ain't running from nothing. Church Brick said, "How many BDB pillars Stallings got to pull out his skill?" Hey man, I don't know, man. I know she frustrated. Y'all seen that video with Boosie when he was combing his son hair?
Oh man.
He's like, "Man, you ain't got no grease in your hair." That boy. Y'all to tell Bud Shay to stop resisting the rematch at 54. Hey man, I don't care where it's at, man. I just want to see the fight, man. I think L gonna come with it.
Yeah.
Jurors say Bud was better prepared, not exactly better. I agree. Jay Wood said Tarver literally closed his eyes, ducked his head, and swung for the fences. I won't say he closed his eyes, man. I won't say that, man. I think he was very, very tactical in his approach and and he beat him twice. You know what I mean? He
Right.
beat Bud Jones twice. So
Right.
I give him his credit. Ace can say Air has one style, Bud has multiple. Um, I'll say I partially agree with that. I'll say that. He do got one style. I do think Bud got multiple, but like I said, styles make fights. You know what I mean? You look at Marcus Maidana, Adrian Broner, that's another example right there.
Mm.
When you looked at that fight, you no way, shape, or form thought Marcus Maidana was going to whoop that boy. But Marcus Maidana had Adrian Broner doing it.
That
Approach.
boy killing
That
him.
boy
He
was
was
that,
killing him.
that boy, man, come on, man. That boy had that boy on the ropes laid out like he was sunbathing.
He
You know what I'm saying?
he was punishing that boy.
So it's like styles make fights. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. I've sparred dudes that was better than me, way better than me, faster than me, everything, and I put pause on them. You know what I mean? It is all about the execution of your game plan. You take away what they do well and you capitalize on that. And if they counter
Hmm.
that, you gotta have an answer for their counter, right?
Right.
That's what it is. You just gotta have the answers for the test. You get what I mean? And if you able to and let's just say this, if you able to neutralize them and they don't have a counter, then you you gonna beat them all day. You get what I mean? Terrence Crawford fights better southpaw than orthodox. That's why he came out against Earl southpaw. He didn't even go to
Mm-hmm.
orthodox because he knew what was gonna happen. You know what I mean? He wasn't finna play with Earl like that. He came out strictly southpaw, and he gonna do the same thing in the second fight. He gonna come out southpaw. If he come out orthodox any portion of that fight, I'm sorry. I feel bad for him. Wasn't Bud taking the first southpaw Earl fault? I'm not sure about that, so I'm not gonna speak on that.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't sure either.
But y'all let me know.
Mm, that's a good question. Somebody got to get the answer to that.
Yeah,
I don't know
somebody.
about that either.
Yeah. Excuse me. A said Bud could brawl, box, counter punch, knock you out, switch. I'll think. Okay.
Mm.
Boosie.
We got to see Boosie tell him to go out to to go out lotion on it. Boosie tell him to go out lotion. I don't know what he mean by that. I ain't gonna lie.
But the man, but Earl had his ribs broken. Okay. I know I seen Bud knocking Jerry Curl juice out of Earl Soul Glow for just let your soul glow. Okay. Bud
Okay.
my software came out Super Saiyan. Jay Will, man, you on one, man. And let's tell you something about Jay Will. Jay Will was excited, man. He came straight in my live I did, was like, yeah, yeah. But then he saw I ain't running for no smoke. I gave 10 Scarfish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't making no excuses. I'm not one of them channel. I'm not one of them dudes, bro. That if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, speaking of that, I forgot to mention that earlier too. I give all the credit to Rigoroot too, because he ain't come out, he ain't make no excuses for the way he got beat by
Mm-mm.
Haney either, and I applauded him, I respected him for that, because I ain't gonna lie, he's from Louisiana. Most of them dudes they don't give you no credit whether you win or lose. I ain't gonna lie, and I respect a lot of Louisiana dudes, but whether you one up them or they get you, they don't give you no credit. I was surprised at the fact that Rigoroot gave Haney his credit, especially due to the fact that he put him down. He said he ain't want to give him his full credit, but he did say he ain't got power that'll put you out, that'll knock you out, but he got enough power to make you think. So that was a good, stand up mission right there by Rigorou. I like that coming from Rigorou. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talk
Trenchbrook.
to self.
Yeah. Okay,
Talk
George.
to self. Okay, appreciate it.
George. And Trenchbrook said, "Nah, why Bud scared of 154 though? I think it's more of because he looking at that as an advantage for Errol. Um, and I think Bud still want to stay at 147, but I just think that I think Bud, that new weight, I feel like he may think Errol Spence may be stronger. That's what it is. Jay will say, why is Errol scared of 154? He should have been there years ago, but y'all was happy with him beating up 147 pounders. Look, Errol Spence wanted to become undisputed. So he stayed there to become undisputed. That's the reason why he's
Mhm.
still at 147 pounds. Um, you mean, that's a whole different scenario, Jay Will. I mean, I get what you're trying to do, brother, but at the same time, my brother, that fly,
Brother.
brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I think that I think that, at the end of the day, this fight should be at 154. Bud should drop them belts so Boots in the welterweight division can get back jumping because Bud is holding it up.
Right.
And we coming down to the down stretch, y'all. We about to answer a couple of more comments, and then we're gonna dip on out of here. We appreciate y'all. Boss appreciate y'all for coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Hey, two
I
people,
appreciate.
Okay. Mm, okay. 168. He is he naturally a big dude. I ain't gonna knock that one. Ain't gonna lie. Earl did Bud a favor staying at 147. Nah, I don't think he did. I ain't gonna lie. Pierre Sports, I don't think he did him a favor. But I think Bud will do himself a favor if he make this fight at 147 again because he want to take that advantage. That's what I do think, though.
Mm,
You want to stay where you comfortable at, and where you know you got him, where you had got him down and you beat him good. But I think going up to 154 wouldn't be in Bud's best interest. Do I think Spence could mop the floor with him? No, but at the same time, being at 154 would definitely make it a more interesting fight.
I think, Bud, that I want y'all to pay attention to, and I'm gonna say this, and then for real, we gonna dip out because it's late. I gotta get up early in the morning. But I peace and love and respect to you, Trench Brick. But y'all remember Terrence Crawford said y'all done messed around and let me get acclimated to the weight,
Hmm.
right? That's when he moved up to 147. He got a couple of fights. He tweeted, "Y'all done messed around and got let me get acclimated to the weight." So I don't think he want to go to 154 just yet. I think he wants to. He gonna fight here. I think he gonna try to make that fight at 47. That's what he gonna try to do. And then I think after that, he gonna try to go 154 and do a light touch and get acclimated. That's what I think.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That's just my perspective. Tay, I'm gonna answer your question real quick. Bud versus Zoo, who you got? I got Tim Zoo. And I got Tim Zoo. I think uh, if Bud get if Bud go immediately to 54 fight Tim Zoo, I got Tim Zoo. If Bud go to 54 and acclimate to the weight, then I got Bud. Because 154, y'all know this, ain't nobody undefeated up there. Nobody.
Nobody. Yeah,
Everybody
nobody.
lose to somebody up there. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But like I said, I think if Bud has time to acclimate to 54, I got Bud. But if Tim, y'all, I'm gonna read your comment in a minute. But if he go straight to 54 and fight Tim, I got Tim Zoo. A couple more comments, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. L will be better at 54. You saw what happened when Haney moved up. I agree.
I
Uh,
agree.
they have no choice but to fight at 54 since Boots have the other belt now. Okay.
True. True. That's
Y'all to
facts.
stop. All you Bud fans need to start buying his fights instead of stealing them. His pay-per-view numbers will be better. I agree. That's right.
Oh man, that's the truth behind that though.
Fact. But like I say, man, we finna close this out. I appreciate y'all for coming out, man. I'm Boss. That's Brody, man. He on the Mount Greatness podcast. Mike wasn't able to come out. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna start doing this a lot more, maybe like once or twice a week. So y'all gonna get used to seeing Coach Face on here on my boxing channel.
Yes,
I told
sir.
you get a coach on here, but we're gonna keep growing the channel, man. Y'all see I'm doing a little different things even in my videos, you know what I'm saying? But we appreciate y'all. Jay Will, respect to you. Tay, respect to you. PL Sports, he from Houston too. What's up to you? That
Yeah.
guy George, respect to you. Trench Brick, respect to you. Where my other brother at? Where my other brother at? If I missed your name, hey, much respect to you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got, B? What you got?
Hey, appreciate all y'all fellas, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, boss. Let me come on here and talk some boxing with you, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate some of the comments and some of the great questions I came across because sometimes I don't get a chance to be interviewed and ask these type of questions. Most of the time it's pedal to the metal and I'm trying to get my team right with the other coaches in the gym. So appreciate you, boss. Let me come on here and I hope to see y'all boys, what I'm saying, catch up with me on the Mountain Greatness podcast, you know what I'm saying? I'll be on there and hopefully boss invite me on here some more. I'll catch up with y'all boys. Appreciate the love.
We gone, man.